Thanks for joining us today. Today we are joined by Adaptive Training Foundation. My name is Bobby Puckett. I am the Community Programs Manager. Our mission at AFW2 Community Programs is to find resources and opportunities for all of you out there in your communities. So make sure you follow us on the AFW2 Community Programs Facebook page, as well as the Warrior and Family Social Connections Facebook page. So to tell you a little bit about how Adaptive Training Foundation got started, please watch this video.
I was rolling back to my truck in a parking lot, and all of a sudden I just hear, "Hey, hey!" And I look over, I see this giant Spartan dude running over at me, and I'm thinking, oh my God, you're gonna get robbed, Brian. You're gonna get robbed.
Brian looked rough. I just felt like I needed to stop. And so I slammed on my brakes, and I whipped it next to him, and I jumped out of the car.
You know, he's just like, "Hey, I'm David Vabora, retired NFL player. What happened?"
This is Buckshot. He was one of the IED detector dogs our unit had.
It was April 18th, 2011. I'm walking in the boot prints of the men in front of me, and I'm like, all right, Buckshot, we're gonna jump. And right as I pushing off with my right foot, my left foot's off the ground, and kaboom. And everything goes black from all the smoke and dirt flying in the air. And I've had over 30 surgeries. I can't even describe how much that stuff hurt. And you go and you tell them, hey, this still hurts. And they're like, well, I think you're abusing your meds. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go buy heroin.
The time when I stopped in that parking lot, he was severely addicted to heroin, had just gotten out of a second detox, and he was going to bed every single night with a pistol next to his body. He felt like he couldn't be the Marine that he was when he left our country to go serve. He was broken, completely broken. Place that I was familiar with. Nice to meet you. I told him I used to play football. You know, I had a gym downtown, and I'd love it if he joined me. The following morning, he showed up, and we trained. And we started to explore different things and the way he could do things. And for the next 3 months, he came every day. So we just hit it off. I watched the life come back to his eyes.
We just experimented with all different kinds of exercises, and from there, we just built a program around it. After going there regularly, getting stronger, getting healthier, my body pain decreased tremendously. My confidence levels changed. It all became a lot more feasible. I was like, man, yeah, this is, I can do this. This isn't impossible.
Pick number 252. Last pick in the 2008 draft, making me Mr. Irrelevant. It was the St. Louis Rams. Selected me that last pick and started my rookie year. In 2011, I suffered a traumatic shoulder injury, and it led to a very aggressive pain medication addiction. It started with prescriptions, and it quickly manifested itself, and it was anything but dealing with pain. It was the first time in my life I had to look myself in the mirror and ask, who's David without football? It just took a year to rehabilitate my mind and my body. So I said, well, what if we started a gym in Texas? And so we moved here. And I launched the Performance Vault, training for elite athletes. I was having success, man. NFL athletes, Olympic athletes, making good money, finding the groove, and then it all changed. Staff Sergeant Travis Mills is one of 5 living veteran quadruple amputees. He was blown up, serving our great country in Afghanistan, stepped on an IED, lost all 4 limbs. I was way across the room, and I saw him walk in, and I was just drawn to him. And I looked at him and I said, when was the last time you worked out? He looked at me and looked down at his prosthetics and said, I'm sorry, I don't want to make you feel like an idiot, but I don't have arms and legs. I said, Travis, I want to train you. And he said, well, do you have any experience? And the first day we trained, I asked him, I said, what are you most afraid of? He said, well, remember, no arms, no legs, gravity wins, so falling. Then I realized, wait a second, if Travis is in this position that he can't really go to a typical gym, I said, wow, all of these people, veterans, civilian, there's people with physical disabilities, they've sort of been sidelined. They've fallen into the rehabilitation process, but eventually insurance ran out, cash ran out, and where do they go, right? Where do they go to be a part of a collective group that has this community and this ability to push each other? You know, as they graduate this 9-week course and they continue to train as alumni, they recognize that they have this ability to train new people like them.
All the world-class medical care out there, the great prosthetics, frequently there isn't a kick in the ass, something that just pushes you to get going. You know, something like that would never show up in hospital rehab. There's no tire flips, there's no sledgehammers, there's no sled pulls, none of that stuff. You don't do medicine ball slams.
They make you stronger. They instill some insane confidence and self-worth back into you. Not just that, they're giving you something to do, a place to be, a little sense of community with everybody. David's program, it's invaluable.
It's a strong dude. It's a strong dude. Come on.
So today we're joined by Laura Shout and Lee Cookshouse. Laura, can you tell us a little bit about who you are, your background?
Yeah. I actually have just recently come on to the Adaptive Training Foundation in this past July. So I've been here about almost 6 months, and I'd heard about it through a friend who also works here, and she has only said great things about the foundation and the mission and the people that we reach and are connected with our tribe. And I fell in love with it then, and so I'm so thrilled to be here, and it's just been such a joy to be a part of this program and this foundation. And here with us is Lee. She is one of our athletes. She is also an Air Force veteran, and she started off in our class 12 and has just been an awesome alumni ever since. She most recently took place in our hyper training camp, which I'll talk about a little bit more later. I think it kicked her butt, but it was good for her. So it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So can you tell us a bit about the mission of Adaptive Training Foundation? Who exactly do you serve? What do you guys do up there?
Yeah, of course. Our main mission is to provide hope through movement, and everyone can use that hope, and we do it in a way that is through physical movement. We also do some mindfulness and meditation stuff. But yeah, it's mainly that hope through movement and a community. We serve those who, military or not, have physical disabilities, and then we've also more recently opened it up to this category of trauma, because we saw how well it worked for people who have physical disabilities, and we want to serve those who also have maybe PTSD or any other type of trauma, just to give them that community and that tribe as well. And so that's been something that we've recently done, and we really feel strongly called to serve both people with physical disabilities and trauma.
It sounds like some great stuff. So what areas do you serve? Do you only serve those folks around your organization up there?
Yeah, so our gym is based in Carrollton, Texas, a little bit north of Dallas, but we serve nationally. So anywhere in the US, you can come and take part in one of our programs. So
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So before when we spoke, you mentioned you guys have 2 different programs up there. Do you want to discuss those a little bit more in depth?
Mm-hmm. Yep, our 2 programs, we have a 9-week program, and that's kind of our flagship program. It's called Redefine, and that is where athletes will come in, again, all over the country. They'll be training for this 9-week period, and it'll be trainings about 3 times a week. We focus a lot on the mindfulness and meditation as well. We'll do some nutrition talks. We'll do some talks about programming and classes on that, but it's mainly on the gym floor and getting back into how do we work as an adaptive athlete to reach our goals. And that's one of the things that Adaptive Training Foundation really focuses on is, as an athlete, you come in with a goal and we want you to reach that goal. And in our past class, we had a Marine come in and he had a stroke, a big brain aneurysm, and his goal was to hold his baby because his wife was giving birth at the end of the 9 weeks. And he had a lot of less function on his left side. And so we worked through the class with him on his left side because we knew at the end of this he was going to have a baby, and that's what he was preparing for. So we really focus on, hey, what is your goal and how do we help you reach that goal?
That's amazing. A lot of times when you hear, adaptive training, you're thinking you're getting ready for, various sports or competitions, but to know that you guys can tailor it to holding your baby, that's amazing stuff. So I'm sure this program's expensive. What does it cost for the Warriors to participate?
Yeah, so we're a nonprofit. Our programs are cost-free. So yeah, Redefine is cost-free. We also have another camp, and that's a 10-day camp. That's the one that Lee just went through. We actually had our first one this past week. And that's fun because it's 2 days. So you got to be able to handle a 2-day workouts. And like I said, it's going to kick your butt, but we decided to do that program because we felt like there was a category of people who couldn't commit to 9 weeks, whether they have a job or a family, but the 10 days was a better time frame where they could come in and commit to that and grab some tools that they can use in their own life. So yeah, that we had our first one and then it went really well. It was a lot of fun. So that one's called Hyper.
That's awesome. So Lee, you are a member of AFW2 and you've participated with the Adaptive Training Foundation. You want to tell us a little about yourself, your experience up there at Adaptive Training Foundation, anything else you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, so I am medically retired. I'm a below the knee amputee. Started participating with AFW2 back in 2012 when I was going through limb salvage. Love adaptive sports and really many of us, that's how I got really furthered my recovery and really got my life back through adaptive sports. I found Adaptive Training Foundation when I was well into my recovery, but even needed a little bit more. So it was 2018. And what ATF can really do is take you that one step further. So I found ATF even after I had been on the Warrior Games team. So like Laura said, that they really like you to come in with a goal. And at that time, I had even just started on the Team USA bobsled skeleton team. So I really needed to get some lower body strength and started coming in with that and wanting to run again. So it really bridges a gap. The Redefine program shows you what you can do. And so taking that one step further, much like AFW2, it works on mind, body, and spirit and really shows you how far you can go. So I'm stronger than I ever thought I could be. I'm a better athlete now than before my injury.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Lee. So you mentioned it's helpful to have a goal when you come in. Is there any other kind of advice you'd want to share with other AFW2 members about contacting ATF?
Other than do it, I think part of ATF is not I think I'll try it program. It's a program that you have to be ready for, you have to be open to, and you have to trust the process. So my advice would be do it. Either program, the Hyper program I went through, I knew was going to be insane. It was crazier than I ever expected. Even with the 2-day workouts, I was wiped out. But at the end of it, man, the things that all 6 of us that went through accomplished, each of us, having our own goals, accomplished, I think, more than we ever thought we could in 10 days. So my advice is do it. Each program that I've been through has been harder than I thought it would. So you have to go in knowing what you're getting into, but trust their process, because it works and it is going to get you where you want to go.
Absolutely. We definitely get stronger by overcoming challenges, right? Just jump in there and do it.
Yeah.
So, Laura, so how do Warriors reach you if they're interested in participating or finding out more information about the program, the organization, all of that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a great point of contact. I can share my information. My name is Laura Shao. I can send my email, my phone number, but yeah, I'm a good person to connect to, especially if they have questions beyond what is on the website. Good source is definitely the website, adaptivetrainingfoundation.org. And that's where you can find the applications for both Redefine, which is the 9-week class, and Hyper, which is the 10-day class. But yeah, if they had any follow-up questions, please come to me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And yeah.
Yeah, if anybody wants to know any specifics further, I'm willing to put my information out there, and certainly contact me. Like Laura mentioned, I mean, there are any goal that you might have in mind, ATF can get you there.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, our members can also contact AFW2 community programs, and we can connect to you also. This will be aired on the main AFW2 Facebook page, so people can put in the comments there. So there's just many avenues to connect with you guys. We've covered a lot of topics today. Is there anything that we might have missed that you guys would like for our audience to know?
I think my thing would be kind of like what Lee was saying, is don't hesitate, just do it, get involved, ask questions, don't sit on the sidelines. If you want to know more, please, you have my contact information. I would love to get back to you. So don't say you're waiting for something or the time will come eventually. Get on it, act, do it. Let's get you here.
Absolutely.
I agree. And ATF is used to working with physical, visible, invisible injuries. And if you have an injury that you think is unusual or worried about, they'll research it. They've worked with them all, so don't hesitate. They'll figure it out and they'll help you.
Absolutely. That's awesome. So I want to thank both of you girls for joining us today. We will be airing this on like I said, the AFW2 Community Programs Facebook page. So everyone out there, you can reach us through that page. You can go to woundedwarrior.af.mil website and contact us there. So there's no reason that, if you guys are interested, we'll connect you guys. So thanks for joining us, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.